Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to screen print a fabric. At the end of this process, what we will get is what you see on the screen right now. Let's look at the fabric that we will use for printing. This is a pure cotton muslin fabric. So apart from the fabric itself, what else do we need to do screen printing? Well, the first is the color itself. As you see in the picture, the blue bottle has the blue ink, as we will be using it to make blue patterns. The second is the transparent liquid in the middle bottle. This is what is called a fixer. The fixer basically fixes the color permanently so that the color does not bleed wash after wash. The third thing that you need is called the binder. That is the thick white paste in the third jar in the photo. Binder is essentially a glue and water mix which forms the base of the final paste that we will use to do the screen printing. Since the dye or the color itself is quite thin, the binder makes sure that the pattern remains intact or doesn't get smudged after removing the screen. So the next thing that we need is the applicator. This is the wooden thing with a rubber bottom that you see in the picture. As you'd have guessed, the applicator is used to apply the color paste onto the fabric using the screen. Finally, we have the screen itself. Here we are using a paisley pattern screen. The screen is made up of a thin waterproof sheet on which there is a perforation forming a pattern. This allows the color to pass through the perforation and get applied on the fabric that is underneath. Well, we are done with the tools for now. Let's make some colors. We will make enough color to print 2 yards of our 50 inches wide fabric. At this point, you might want to wear gloves for your safety. Now take 5 tablespoons of the color binder. Add 5 drops of dye onto it. Then add 4 drops of the fixer. Now you should mix it well. See if the color is dark enough or light enough as you would want it to be. To make the color darker, you can add few more drops of the dye and mix it again. At this point, we are ready. The rest of the process is explained through a video which is completely self-explanatory. While you watch this video, we will suggest a few tips. You should use 3-4 layers of a waste cloth underneath the fabric. You can't use a paper under the fabric because this will smudge the color back onto the fabric and basically destroy your printing. You can reuse the waste cloth later for your other projects for screen printing. You should also fasten the fabric with clamps firmly onto your workbench. In order to get a perfect placement of patterns, you should measure and mark the distance between patterns using an inch taper scale. You may do this before you do any printing. Also, you can use any cotton fabric for screen printing. Once the printing is over, you should leave the fabric to dry for at least 24 hours. You can then machine wash it on a mild setting. The fabric is now ready for use.